So I'm giving a tour today for Jeni, who's starting her own YouTube channel. She just finished college and is really excited about doing something that's sustainable, and she wants to work with small businesses and figure out what they're doing in sustainability and share that. So she's doing a YouTube channel, and I can't wait to talk to her and see what her ideas are.
Okay, so hello, super excited to talk to everybody today. I just want to introduce Pandora. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and then what is the Kailash Ecovillage?
Okay, that's a lot of questions all at once, but I'll do my best. First of all, I work with an organization called the Center for Sustainable Today. I'm currently president of the board, and we go and do media documenting a lot of sustainable projects around town. So I think it's really important to get that message out there. So I'm really excited that you're doing this right now. Okay, Kailash Ecovillage. So we started about 10 years ago, and there were two people that wanted to do an affordable eco-village residential project. They looked into doing co-housing, but they decided to do a rental model. So we're a little bit different that way. And they've done a lot of sustainable projects on various other properties, so they had some experience doing different things. Some of the things I'll show you today, so we'll save the actual projects for later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And then can you explain for people like what is an eco-village?
What's an eco-village? It probably has a different meaning for different people, but when we started, we had a mission and values statement. Mm-hmm. And so for us, it has to do with permaculture and growing some of our food, recycling, composting, beauty, safety, being nice to all creatures. You know, we do veganic gardening here. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, it's connecting with your neighbors, because there's a certain sustainability, and they call it social permaculture, in connecting with your neighbors, knowing what's going on with them, being able to have them help out with different projects, and having meetings so that when you meet, 20 ideas can come together as one idea, and you can come up with something that works more for everyone than if you just thought, oh, this is a great idea, I think I'll go and do that. So you kind of have your own think tank, you have your own really nice, set, secure feeling community around you.
Yeah.
So we are based around sustainability. So really most eco-villages are, residential housing projects with sustainability in mind.
Awesome. So do you want to go ahead and give us the official tour?
I would love to.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay. So while we're here on the patio, I should probably show you our rainwater catchment system, or the beginning of it. A few years ago, we put a new corrugated roof up there, and we attached pipes. So we took off the regular gutters and we attached these downspout pipes. They go to various places on the sides of the building, which I'll show you later. But then there's one pipe that goes up here, and we're building kind of a fun sculpture. So we have all of these rain chains, and then little spinny bicycle wheels. And when those spin, it lights up these lights. So if it's going at night, it's got a little generator
awesome
on it. And then in here, These are part of the swales. So you can see all of the like wetland type of plants, and it goes on and around down to the street. There's kind of a pond-like thing. You'll see like a pillar of logs. We're trying to build an amphibian habitat.
Awesome.
We don't have any amphibians yet, but we're trying. And then there is, if it does get overfull, there is a pipe that goes out to the street. But that's only happened a couple of times when we had the ones that were like 100-year flood here.
Wow. So all of this rainwater is basically being repurposed, right? To help in the garden and help fuel some of the things you're growing here?
Yeah, it basically just percolates down into our aquifer, and then we pump it back up, and it goes through the whole irrigation system, and we can use it for garden water.
Wow. Really cool.
Yeah. So why don't we walk around the rest of the swales, and I can show you where that goes down to, and I can show you the root garden up here out front.
Perfect. Let's go.
And that's the stick structure I was telling you about.
Wow.
So we're trying to put places for the creatures where they could live in. This is the bottom of the swale system. It usually doesn't get filled up with water unless we really have a downpour, because as the water comes through, it percolates down into the ground.
Yeah.
So it usually doesn't go out. And then there's the part where it goes out to the street.
And that's for the overflow. That's if
Right,
it gets too full.
that's for the overflow. So unless the water is really downpouring, or unless our water table is high, then you're not going to see any water.
Okay.
And we'll run out here on really rainy, downpoury days, and you'll see people on the balconies looking at the things going around and seeing, the water going down just because it's fun to do.
Yeah. Totally. Cool.
So, let's see. Next. Well, I can show you over here the front garden. The front garden was originally a parking lot.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we depaved it.
Yeah.
And there's a thing called depave or city repair. So we depaved it, and all your neighbors come and chip up the cement. And after we did that, we started piling these wood chips. So we have a wood chip depot over here that landscapers come and drop off wood chips. And we started piling those on, and 2 or 3 feet of wood chips later, and 2 years later, finally we could get it to where we could plant stuff.
And now look at it. Like this.
Yeah.
So
the group garden works out here. There's about 20 of the 60 people here that participate, and they all decide what they're going to plant each year. They do all the work, and then they, share in the harvest together.
that's so exciting. So what are some of the things that you guys have? I know we saw apples earlier. What are typical plants that get planted like every year?
It's different every year. Like right now, we are not planting potatoes because the wireworms cropped up last year and took our potatoes. But we're doing perpetual spinach, we're doing beets, carrots, cabbage, onions, leeks, tomatoes. This is the first year we've done this huge crop of tomatoes, which I can actually see Neil out there right now trying to busily pick all the tomatoes because it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's like frantic to, if we have extras, he'll take them to the farmer's market. He actually has an acre of farm somewhere else, so he's a real farmer. We're really lucky to have him.
Yeah.
So I'll show you out here all the plants we have out in the garden.
Awesome.
And so that's the perpetual spinach over there.
Perpetual spinach.
And Oh, looks like we have something new going in here. I don't know if they planted that yet for the winter, but we did put some cabbage over here, and then looks like beets. We'll overwinter beets and carrots. And one of the owners' daughter got married, so she planted all flowers in here this year.
Oh, wow.
So Neil's over here picking up the tomatoes before it rains tomorrow. You wanted to be in her show, didn't you?
Yeah, Neil, can I add you to the vlog?
What's the show? Or what's the blog?
The Sustainable Jeni Schmidt. It's like a spoof off of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is a show on Netflix, and I'm just trying to discover things that people are doing for sustainability, so.
So over here is our passive house.
Oh, so this house is part of it too?
Yeah.
This, okay.
What happened was, at first, they just had the property that was over there. Then they acquired this one. And it came with this little old house. And they completely redid it. And so they put in the insulation that was like 1.5 feet thick. And then also under the floor. And then it's got an air exchange system so that it keeps the temperature in the house but still brings fresh air in. If you look online, there's these passive house standards that it was all built according to.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it was a big, that project probably took 2 years. It was a big project.
And does someone live there, or it's being used for like a community space, or?
The founders are living upstairs, and then we rent the rooms on the bottom.
Cool.
So it kind of gives us a little place for people that just want to rent a room rather than an apartment to be.
Yeah.
So what we do is every 2 weeks, we'll process all of the compost together.
Oh, wait, can we wait until we get Caleb up here so we can hear about what you do here?
He's engrossed in tomatoes.
Or we can get your camera.
Okay, so
All good.
you can see what I do here, David.
So you can see some of the members here starting to process the compost. Recycling and composting is mandatory here, so we give every person a compost bucket, and they take it and they'll put it in one of these. So you put your compost here, and then they put wood chips or some halfway composted material, and then they just set that bucket in there, and we collect it all for like a couple of weeks. And then whoever wants to join in the work party will go and layer it in with, you can see the chopped up like garden matter there. They'll layer that in with the compost.
Yeah.
And they'll also use some like halfway composted material and some wood chips. And they do kind of a lasagna style.
Lasagna?
Yeah.
Lasagna compost.
Yeah.
And what does it get used for when you're done? Is it like new soil and then you put it back out in the garden, or?
Yeah, it's great. It turns into soil. So, sorry. Here we go. So in here is sort of like,
All right, so
this is sort of like our finished soil. So we actually just started do it a little differently in that we'll take this and we'll put this on top of those buckets and cycle it a second time. So that makes it even, it'll be an even finer dirt when it's done. But everything here is such a sustainable experiment that we'll change it. Last winter was really cold and wet, so it didn't get composted. So we changed up our system. Instead of just putting these
in all three of these.
chips,
So let me do the corner first.
we put in this
Oh,
back in
sorry.
the bucket. And it's a way of turning the compost
That was actually
bins
ready
without
for
turning them. 'Cause all
4
of
buckets
these,
in. We're going to take 4 buckets in there.
all of these cement block structures,
Okay.
we just put it in there and it sits for a while. And you know, we don't turn it like you do with some compost.
This is pretty simple, isn't it?
It's pretty simple. Concept.
Let the details do all the work.
How's the compost party?
Doing great.
Going great? Love it.
Put the word party on the end of anything.
Put the word party.
First participation.
You can have fun doing anything, really. We have a lot of work parties, and it's a really great way to socialize and get to know your neighbor.
Yeah.
So like George has been here 30 years, and Dave's brand new.
31.
31! Oh, yay, George!
Let's get it correct.
Okay.
Could we
I think it's
maybe
one more in the
ask
corner.
everybody like, what does this community mean to you, and like put it at the end of the video, kind of like
We can give it a shot.
give it a shot.
Yeah.
We're just doing the lasagna
Or like,
thing here.
what would be a good one? Like, what does this mean to you? Or like maybe like what's one word you would describe like Kailash as, or your experience at Kailash as?
Yeah. That'd be good.
Would they be like down for that? I don't know, like-
I don't know.
Okay, that actually looks pretty good.
Let's ask.
Yeah.
Let's ask George. Hey, George.
So they can start putting buckets in.
So I'm doing a sustainability vlog, and if you're willing, like, I kind of want to ask everyone, like, what's one word that you describe Kailash as to you, like, or like your experience
Somebody
here?
went off stomping, dude.
It might be two words, community spirit. I know that's a big word, community, but it's evolving into more community.
Any of
So
those are fine.
I would say that, you know.
Awesome.
Does that help you?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks, George.
Awesome.
Hey, John.
Use the pitchfork.
What's your two words to describe Kailash Ecovillage?
I'd say community and affordability.
Affordability. That's a good one, though. Because
Yes.
let's be honest, living in Portland is not easy.
You
It's
have to be
expensive.
financially sustainable too.
I haven't been around like a compost before. It's an interesting smell when you're not used to like.
And it's funny because the compost doesn't actually smell much when we're not processing it.
Yeah.
So I'll show you another compost bin that we have that that probably won't smell today because I don't think we processed it.
Wait, Neil, could we ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
If you're willing, what does Kailash mean to you in like 2 words?
Hope and opportunity.
Hope and opportunity. I love that. I love
Oh,
that. That's a good one.
I'm going to remember that about you, Neil.
Well, thank you, and
You're
good luck
welcome.
with your tomatoes.
Thank you.
Urination Station. Oh, I want to take a picture. What does it say? Did you know about 80% of our nutrients are excreted in our urine? This creates a golden opportunity for residents and neighbors to recycle nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus into our gardens. There's also a composting toilet.
Okay, so notice the word golden. So it's like liquid gold. We're actually using it for fertilizer.
Yes.
Wow. So this, you can get also a view of our composting toilet system. So there's another like plastic bucket under there. So it's just a plastic bucket with wood chips. You make your deposit, or you can use the urinal
Yeah.
for urine. And then some people will drop off bottles of urine. But you can use that for queue manure too. We call it a lendable loo. So the apartments have regular toilets, but you can also borrow a lendable loo. We don't have that many people using the humanure system.
Yeah, the classic use my waste for fertilizer.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'll see like Portland Net Team, like the emergency teams, will be showing you this method because if the water system goes down, we need a way to safely get rid of this stuff without it going and polluting our water systems.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it does go into this tank here, and then we'll
This is
drain.
huge.
I know.
This is huge.
It sometimes gets pretty full. Look, where is it now? It's right here.
Oh my
It's right there. We use a lot of it. So we'll take it and we'll mix it with 4 parts water,
Wow.
and then put it along the base of the plants, even the vegetable plants.
And that doesn't affect your like the quality of the vegetables or anything? It's not like contaminated?
There's
like,
really good nutrients. There's a lot of, well, it says on the door here.
Yeah, phosphorus.
Right in there, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. So that's pretty good to know. Yeah, we're actually, that's another thing about reuse, or composting, recycling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things we don't think about. We're flushing good nutrients down the drain, and then we're going and buying fertilizer. sometimes.
Yeah. You're
so-
not wrong. I've never thought about that when I'm, flushing. I don't think
Yeah.
like, oh, there's valuable nutrients.
So I'll show you another one of our composting systems, and it has to do with this one. You're missing the show. It shows the whole thing.
We're the show,
I'm interested
crazy.
in the greenhouse. Greenhouse. is
It's
pretty
unscripted, yeah. So when the host is talking, you're on.
All right. So where are we now?
This is similar to that other composting courtyard. That's for yard waste to kitchen scraps. This one is for human manure. So it's poo. It's all poo.
It's poo.
Yep. Afraid so. But
So-
this one it's a little bit different in that we're working with an organization called Recode, who works with the city of
Yeah.
Portland to find a way to get this legally permitted. So Recode, they try to make things that we want to do that are sustainable legal. They try to get the laws written for that.
Mhm.
So we've taken the whole structure and poured cement under all of the whole compound.
Mhm.
It goes down into a drain. Any liquid that comes out goes into a bucket, and we pour that in. It's completely self-contained.
Interesting.
And then we put these thermometers in there. It gets up to 160 degrees. And
That's burning up.
the guy who leads it is one of the owners.
Mhm.
He also used to be a physician, so he knows about pathogens. He takes it to the lab to have it checked for pathogens. So far, we've been all clear.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's working. Now, we've chosen not to use this on like vegetable crops. We do use it on fruit trees and ornamental stuff here.
And what would be the difference for using it on vegetables versus fruit trees or?
It's perfectly fine to use on vegetables. It's just the kind of feeling or the vote of our community here
Mhm.
that it's not really that acceptable in our society. They still do it, in some farms. They'll actually have a donation station. You used to see it more in the old days, but
Yeah.
they used to do this all the time.
Mhm.
But we've kind of gotten away from that. We're more used to pooping in fresh, clean water that could be used for drinking, and making it go down
Yeah.
the drain. So somehow, it doesn't seem like it, but that made our water systems safer. Even though, the problem was people were pooping and it would drain into the streams and people would directly drink out of the streams.
Yeah.
Now we poop in clean water, but it goes down to a filtration system, and
Yeah.
they clean the bacteria and stuff out of it.
Interesting.
But this would be even better if we could create a system like this. Then we've got good, clean, usable fertilizer.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
let's
exciting.
go in and take a look. Do
All
you
right.
smell anything yet?
I don't smell
Okay,
anything yet, so
Let's get closer and see if we can smell the poo.
I definitely didn't think that I was going to be smelling food today.
Ah, you didn't know what you were getting into. Come on, did you watch my videos?
Oh man.
You should know.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a little crooked in there.
This is
Um,
a poo sanctuary with. Are these plums? What are these?
yeah, those are plums.
It's a plum tree.
Yeah.
With a plum tree in the middle. Just like a little decoration on a pile of poo.
So these are actually buckets of poo right here. There's an open one.
Oh,
So
how lucky are we?
you're wandering around poo,
Love it.
and if you dig in here, You can reach in and grab some compost. Ooh, that one's empty. You can see the cement structure right there.
Yeah.
See the drain?
I still don't smell it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
So
I don't
one
smell
of
it.
these has finished. They probably all have stuff in it, but that obviously had some in it.
Yeah.
You can't.
So then do you just pull the bricks out on the ones you want to like unload, or like
Yeah,
is it
see?
just in here?
This does lift up, but we found it's actually easier to pull the bricks out.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we're using it to fertilize these trees like this plum tree here.
Wow. This is so unique.
It's
You
an
don't get to see
adventure.
this every day.
I love this. I love taking people. I'm kind of creeped out by it a little bit myself. Like, I don't want it on my food crops. But I still come in here and it's like, I don't even smell anything. And I think I have a good sense of smell.
Me too. I
Yeah.
can't smell a thing. And the thing is, like, how many fruits is this thing producing right now? Like, there are hundreds of plums that are being produced by this fertilizer.
That's a heavy branch. Look
Like-
at that. Ooh. Whoa.
This is crazy.
That was probably bad because I'm going to, like,
Yeah.
lose my fruit here. Okay, let's see what else we can go get into.
Like, I've never thought that is valuable. Like, that could be worth something. How can I reuse that?
And just the water that you're ruining. You know, one day we're not going to be able to waste water like that.
Yeah.
Not just the flushing and then the water goes away, but the polluting, direct pollution of our water by putting poop in clean water.
Yeah.
So this is part of the group garden here. We got the squash.
The group.
And then we have our fruit tree orchard. So we have about 57 fruit trees, and there's a bamboo layer behind that. And over on this side is these little squares. These are individual garden plots.
So you can, like, do you have to, like, pay for that, or, like, it just kind of, like, comes with your living fee to have your own plot, or
Yeah, we pay $20 a year for a plot.
for a plot?
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
mean-
for a whole year?
yeah, you get
So,
a lot
like,
more food out of it than that.
Less
but-
than $2 a month to
Yeah.
have your own little space?
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and we have probably about an acre of gardens here.
Yeah.
These are peach trees. They didn't do very well, so we're going to take them out. Again, part of the experiment
Yeah.
of this is like, well, let's try this, see if it does well in this microclimate. And then, like, no, that didn't work. These did really well. The pears,
Pears did well, peaches did not.
yeah. Apples, we had tons of apples.
Sir. Is the bamboo, like, do you do anything with it?
We do build with it.
You build with it.
Yeah,
What do
we
you do?
have, where you can see some of the like trellises out in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
We're building with that, and you can see the different varieties. So that's looks like a yellow and green striped one.
Yeah.
There.
Mm-hmm.
This garden is we call it the forest garden because we're just trying to do something that's kind of beautiful.
It's
'Cause
very beautiful.
some things are functional, but we always try to have some artwork and some just kind of peaceful areas to just sit. So our idea was kind of make it like forest-like, put some ferns and things in there. There's some kind of very subtle artwork in the rock stacking, so people will come and stack rocks in here. This is actually an upside-down tree stump. So somebody made, see how that just balances on that? Like
Yeah.
the way they've put that together. It's actually an art.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you can see this, but mixed in the bamboo, there are these steel poles.
Oh my goodness, I didn't
Yeah.
even notice.
So that's actually
Subtle.
an art installation. Sometimes we stick like flowers or plants out the end of them.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's very sanctuary-like. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the video, but like just being here, you feel tranquil. You just feel like this sense of like peace when you're actually very close to downtown Portland. Like you're not that far away, and so it's like it's just like a whole different environment when you're like right next to everything else.
Yeah.
I love it.
It feels like a little bit of sanctuary. I mean, I can hear some road noise right
Yeah.
now. It's a little noisy because it's a Saturday, but it kind of has the like feel. It sounds like the ocean almost. It's a very background
Yeah,
type of sound.
it is. It's really
so
cool.
you were asking about building with bamboo,
Yeah.
and I'll show you the bamboo that we like to build with over back here. Up, whoopsie daisy. Look out.
Can you help him through? Oh,
This
huge.
is the timber bamboo.
This is huge.
Look at this one. Woo!
The other
That's a big-
bamboo over there would be what, about an inch in diameter?
Yeah.
The ones over there, and these are what, like 4 inches?
Yeah, some of them are just huge. And the ones that are further out are like babies. Like this one over here. This is a baby bamboo just from this year. It's a bamboo shoot.
Wow.
So they'll come up and they're almost this thick when they come up. And they'll be like this tall, and then the next day they're that tall, and that tall, and that tall.
They grow that fast? Like,
Yeah,
just-
they're just amazing. I really want to document that and just like show a daily view, like with photos
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, these are huge. Like, and so if they're growing that fast, you can like reproduce them that fast, right? Like it's like you cut one down and then they're just shooting right back up, or wow.
That's supposed to be like, have you heard of canaf? They used to make canaf paper, and supposedly canaf grows like that. It's like really quick, and then you can chop it down and it'll grow
So-
again.
Does that make it a more sustainable like building piece for things because it's like able to grow that quickly? Unlike trees, like it takes trees years to get big. So is this why like a lot of people like to do some sort of design and building with bamboo?
Yeah, and it's really strong, but you will see it in a lot of permaculture books because you can grow building materials pretty quick.
Yeah. Like it's not flimsy.
Yeah, it's hollow and yeah, so that's really fun.
Wow.
Some of them fall over like that one looks like it's about to fall over on us.
Classic.
Oh, this one's going down.
Yeah, this one's ready. This one's definitely ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, well let's go look at the water storage tank.
Yes.
It's over here. So yeah, we put in, because a lot of in the rainwater system, the water is going down underground, so we thought, well, we should have something that's above ground. So we put in this tank.
Yeah.
And at first we just filled it up like with a garden hose from the water that was down there. But then we thought, well, we should put something that goes down
Yeah, so you
from
have
the top. Let's fill it from the top, it's a lot
Easier.
easier. So it's kind of more like emergency water
And-
storage.
How much water fits in here? This is also quite massive.
I don't, 1,500 gallons.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. 1,500 gallons are in there. And what's this here? Is this just another
That,
plot or
we just harvested a bunch of corn.
corn?
That was a whole plot of corn.
And like you said, you guys can share like the community stuff, and then you can have individual acres. So did you what do you do with it? Do you make like salsas, or do you jar it? What do you do with all of that? Because I can only imagine how much corn was in here.
We've traditionally had a corn patch every year, and then the person who does the corn patch always shares it with the whole community.
Very
So on the day it's done, he'll either go hand it out to people, or one day it was kind of a fun game. It might have been on a weekend when a lot of people were home, because he typed on the thing like, "Run, don't walk, the corn is ready," and everybody started shucking down all the corn and getting their corn.
Wow.
It was fun.
I love it. There comes that community word. It keeps coming up here.
Yeah, anytime we can connect, you know, even if it's kind of like make something a little game that makes, you know, it makes everything fun.
Yeah.
You have not really family members, not really friends, but you're surrounded with acquaintances because everybody pretty much knows everybody here, and there's 60 people here. I've
Yeah.
never lived in a place like that before.
No.
You know, apartment complexes, I might know one or two people. I don't know everybody like this.
Yeah. And more in depth than just like, I know who you are. Like, there's like a sense of like relationship that you all have the same passion and drive and values. And even if you don't know them like as deep on a personal level, you're like, I know we get it. Like, I know that you get each other. So.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling to be surrounded with kind of like-minded people.
Yeah.
And some people don't understand that. They'll actually say, "Ooh, that looks kind of scary to us. I don't really want to know our neighbor because it's not like, you know, in some areas, some apartment complexes, someone won't even answer their door,
Yeah.
you know, because they feel safer if they're tucked inside. Here we feel safer connecting with each other because we know that everybody went through a certain amount of screening.
Yeah.
You know, do you want to work on our sustainable projects? Do you want to do recycling and composting? We know they're more grounded, down-to-earth type of people, and we also know that they want to communicate with you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hide, you know, in your place to feel safe. You come out and you feel actually safer that way.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
So
what's next?
there's a lot more. There's grapes and raspberries and marionberries all the way around the property. There's a strawberry and blueberry patch.
Wow.
There's solar panels on the other side.
Yeah, let's
and
check
then
those
there's
out.
a cupola. There's the recycling room. It's not pretty, but we can go look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
Let's go see those. Hey, Christy, this is Jenny.
Hi. Nice to meet you guys, Jenny.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Camel.
Hi, nice to meet
Do you want to give us two words to describe Kailash?
Oh, 2 words. How about one? Paradise.
Paradise.
Ooh.
That's one.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Yeah. Wonderful place to live, for sure.
Nice.
Thanks.
So the solar panels that are up there.
Are they those or?
Yeah, you can see one array up here and one on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough to power a whole building. You'd have to have, I don't know how much land it would cover for 60 people.
Yeah.
Unless we really reduced our electricity, and we are working on it. We have a whole like spreadsheet of what everybody's power consumption is to see if we can each lower ours a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, once you get so low, I guess you have to go to like not using any power at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us are ready for that yet, but it is kind of our goal, you know, to get down to minimal use or maybe no use of power. Because even these have an environmental cost, you
Mhm.
know. Eventually the system's going to wear out, or like right now we're having trouble with squirrels eating the wires.
Oh no.
And so things happen. It's not like you can put that up there and it's good for like 20 years. There's repairs and things that need to be done. So it's just enough to power like lights and laundry room, that kind of thing. We are now, when we're remodeling the apartment, so when someone moves out and remodel, we're putting a thicker wall of insulation. And so that's making it so that the people have those newer units have a very low electricity bill.
Yeah.
You know, when they heat it up just a little bit, it just stays warm for days.
Yeah.
And those things help, you know, a lot more than really having solar panels.
Yeah. Cool.
The pergola is just kind of a fun thing we put up there. You know, you can see Mount Hood, you see downtown. We'll go up and look at the stars, that kind of thing. It's just a fun sort of project.
Awesome.
And the gold panels, those are actually just decorative. They're actually on top of the pergola roof, so it's just a decorative choice.
Piece,
The new roof has kind of a brownish copper look, and then the gold, and then eventually
Yeah.
we're going to redo all the siding and have that.
It's kind of cool here. Everybody's got their doors decorated a little differently.
You can paint your doors.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's-
Bruce and Martha,
Hi.
do you want to give us 2 words that describe Kailash? And if you do, you'll be in her video.
2 words. Most wonderful.
Most wonderful.
Good for you, Bruce.
Yeah, well, she's kind of like the assistant manager.
Yeah, he's like, I have to say that.
Sustainable community.
I like see community.
All
It's been said so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you what we call the pool area. The building was built with a swimming pool, and now it's like our strawberry and blueberry patch and an herb garden. So I'll show you that area. There's Bruce picking grapes. This is one of my garden plots. I have a lot of herbs in mine. And then there's the strawberries, blueberries, and an herb garden. You see along here where it was a swimming pool?
Oh.
Our original idea was to make this a water cistern.
Wow. I can't believe this used to be a swimming pool.
Yeah, so now it's just kind of a picnic area for us.
Picnic area. Another very like subtle art component.
Yeah, it's a bird bath, but somebody made an art piece out of it. Yeah. And the new person that's taking care of the herb garden made kind of a Zen feel. Put a statue in the middle, and
Yeah.
it's neat to see somebody take over an area that someone else worked on, because it turns out a little bit different. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, nice, you know, a little bit something new, a little bit refreshing.
Yeah.
We just recently remodeled the laundry room. It really just looked like, almost like the other room, kind of like a basement. And now they've put countertops and stuff in, so. Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love your tattoo.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, Caleb, you should get another color one.
So see, this is the remodel with a bunch of cabinets, and we painted. So
Is that a mail service too, or what's over there?
mailboxes, yeah, please don't film that. So we, so we can get to know each other better. You should put this on video.
Oh, shit. I gotta change.
You're always on. You know that?
All good?
You gotta be on all the time. Yeah, as a way to get to know each other better, when we have a new member move in, we'll put their name and their photo and a little biography about who they are on their mailbox. And so when people come to the laundry or mail room, they say, oh, that's who so-and-so is. We also do that on Google Groups. So we do some of our communication as to like coordinating projects on Google Groups. So we'll post their photo and something about them, like, hey, welcome so-and-so, they've just moved in, so that they're, welcome to the community, and people will welcome them online or see them out in the yard and know who they are because, we posted their picture.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, nobody here can move in and be anonymous. if you don't want your picture taken, or you don't want to be filmed, it's not a good place for you to live, because we do tours like this all the time. There are actually 2 people who don't like to be filmed here.
Yeah.
And that's true everywhere, but now out in society, your picture's being taken and you're being filmed everywhere now.
Everywhere, all
Yeah.
the time. You have no idea in public too. If like someone's doing something and you have no idea you're there, like.
That's why I finally said, oh, forget it, I'm on film all the time, so I may as well,
Host,
Whatever.
girl, host.
Yeah. Okay, so, yay, look at her, how cute she is. Okay.
All right. You want to talk to us now about recycling and what you guys do here and how you do it any differently than other places, or?
Sure. So first of all, you'll notice we have 2 dumpsters here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there used to be a whole line of dumpsters out front when it was a parking lot at one time.
Oh wow.
When people would just like dump everything in the dumpster before you would recycle here. But now we have one garbage bin. It's picked up every other week, and recycling bin is picked up every week. And we have more recycling in the basement. So we have an extended recycling program.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like plastics 1 through 7, bulky rigid plastics, styrofoam, plastic bags. We have other like reuse items, so boxes, bags, mailing supplies, and then a whole section of share shelves where people can leave like clothing or household items that they don't need anymore. Then someone else can take it, adopt it for a while, put it back.
Yeah.
We do so much sharing here though that I have to like have all of those donation things sent to a charity once a month.
Wow.
We have a pretty big load that goes out. Because new people will move in and they'll realize, oh, I want to lighten my load and live more minimalist or voluntary simplicity type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And they'll unload things. And we have a very convenient spot to do it.
Yeah.
And the laws, not the laws really, but the things that they collect down at our recycling center, so Far West Fiber is just down the road, like half a mile.
Mm-hmm.
They will sometimes change what they collect. So now they won't take the plastic bags, and they won't take plastics 1 through 7, because what happens is wherever they send them, like China, will collect so many, and they use that as a raw material, melt it down, make something else.
Yeah.
Then if they don't have a market to sell that material, it kind of messes up our loop.
Yeah.
Now, if we do too good of a job, in the city of Portland recycling, then eventually we just can't get rid of those things. So eventually we have to think about using less plastics, even though we think of them as recycling.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things the owner did when they moved in, they put in this recycling sign. So the tenants that were here weren't signing up for an Ecovillage at first. Now everybody here is for the Ecovillage. But at first, there were some existing tenants. They didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
So they put this, and they went around and picked up litter every day, and just to set like an example of what should happen. And then slowly over the years, we've gotten a whole bunch of people that really are into this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, a lot of our stuff that goes into the garbage dumpster will even be construction waste from redoing the apartments.
Yeah.
Stuff that we can't use for firewood or stuff like that. Let's test that. Let's look in the garbage bin.
Let's
and see.
dumpster dive.
Yee-hoo! Let's see if we have actual construction stuff, or is this actual garbage? No, that looks like garbage. Oh, I see some construction stuff underneath, but yeah. But I guess that's not. Yeah, a cork. See?
Yeah, that can go in the other
So
one, right?
we have cork recycling downstairs, and this probably should have been cleaned out and put in the curbside recycling.
Mhm.
But it might have been, that's so dirty, this might have been something somebody picked up off the street, even somebody that came in from off the street.
Yeah.
So we're not perfect yet. We're not perfect yet.
No one's perfect, so.
No. And people will come and try to cruise our dumpsters for things that can be, you know, returned. Like we have a can, the cans that we can return for deposit are actually back here. So, yeah, these are bottles.
Got some wine drinkers here.
That's the regular, and they look all like one brand too. So, we don't want to say that.
My kind of community.
Okay, but we'll have a whole like can that says actually on the top it says deposit bottles and cans, and so when our neighbors, some of our neighbors collect these, then we have the ones in here that are supposed to say like Oregon recycling on them.
Mhm.
So those are the only ones that's supposed to be in there. We're not supposed to put them in any of the other ones.
Yeah.
That way they can just come and get a whole bag full. Be off with them.
Be off with them. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, I think probably we can go look at the recycling room downstairs then.
Okay. Let's do it. And what is this here? Eyeglasses and cases. Donate here.
Yeah, so our concept is that anything we can figure out where to recycle it, we have someone here that's volunteered to take it.
Mhm.
So evidently they found this program that recycles eyeglasses and cases.
Cool.
So that's pretty good.
I almost dropped it.
And then there's a place for fluorescent light bulbs because those need special handling.
Mhm.
You know, because fluorescent can have mercury, it can be toxic. Same with batteries. You can't just put that in the dumpster. It would just leach stuff into our groundwater. And then cork. And then this is the plastics 1 through 7.
Mhm.
So I think Far West is not going to take these anymore. Same with the plastic bags.
So we have to find another facility to go donate this to? Okay.
Yeah, and then we have bulky rigid plastic. That's not supposed to be in there. Bulky rigid plastic can be any of the odd, like tougher. It can even be lawn furniture.
Mhm.
We have styrofoam peanuts, mailing supplies. Now, last year we bought Halloween decorations, which our social committee did that, and I was surprised. I'm like, we have so many things we could use.
Yeah.
For that, we should be setting a good example. So this year our goal is to make decorations, and because
Out of like the stuff you have in
yeah,
here?
because they've stopped taking this stuff, we have, collected it, we're keeping it. So, like, why can't I puff this up and make like a ghost out of it?
Yeah.
And maybe put some bags off of it. So we'll be making some decorations out of this stuff, and also out of the stuff that's like on our share shelves over here. So normally these shelves are just for, you can see the labels like bags and purses and stuff. Normally these are just for shared items. But when I was trimming the like fall dead stuff out of the garden, I thought, let's also do some natural decorations.
That is super
So
cool.
I thought, well, this stuff will make like a little grass skirt for a ghosty, and these are kind of creepy looking artichoke leaves. And then maybe we'll make an alien body out of this, sunflower stalk. So I've started collecting natural things also to use for that.
So, would you guys ever be open to like people outside of this community bringing stuff for here that you might be able to use or like repurpose?
We get such a pile up,
Yeah.
and it's already kind of a problem at times, that no, we need a bigger facility.
Yeah.
We need a much bigger, but wouldn't that be great if we just had a whole store
I
of
think
this
that would be an
in
amazing
every
thing to
neighborhood?
add.
Just drop off your old stuff. I mean, we've had people move in here that find everything they need after they move in. Here's a bed frame right here.
Yeah.
You know, we furnish a whole, we could pretty much furnish a whole house right after someone moves in, just because they'll say, hey, I need a kitchen table, does anyone have an extra one? Then people will have it in their storage, or they'll have one they want to get rid of.
Yeah.
So there's so much trading that goes on already, just without this, that this gets so full of stuff that we don't want, that we have to ship it off.
Totally.
But yeah, I'd love to see that project happen.
Ideas.
All right, we'll connect one day with somebody who's going to make that happen too.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Because that's a great way to be more sustainable, using stuff that's already here instead of going to IKEA and getting the cheap new bed frame. Look, there's one right here I could have been using.
Exactly.
Cool.
We do have a community room, and one day we made a project with that sign. You'll have to get a picture of that later. Then we have a guest stay room, so if people have their relatives come in, they can just rent the guest stay room.
Yeah.
The community room's not big enough for everyone, so we tend to have smaller events throughout the month. Because that fits about 30 people, we're about 60 people. So unlike other communities that sit down to dinner like once a week, it's a little harder for us to do that. So we do like dinner club. We have 6 people at a time, that kind of thing.
Cool.
So yeah, that's that. We can take a little peek in there, and then in the guest room, and I'd love to show you the original drawings that were done for the guest room.
That would be amazing.
Are you familiar with Mark Lakeman?
I am not.
City Repair or Communitecture? Yeah, so he's that City Repair, and then I was telling you about DPay. Those are all connected, and so Mark Lakeman did the original drawings for how we could evolve the original building into something that looked a little more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
So we'll look at those.
Cool. Let's do it.
It's the you show. All right, ready?
Yep.
Yes, I wanted to show you these drawings that were done by Mark Lakeman.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can see the different elevations that he's done. It has this kind of pagoda-like thing, which we did just recently put that on there. And then maybe we'll put some spires, and then we'll redo like the siding, and we're also going to redo all the upper walkways and the stairways going down. And then we've had different like permaculture classes come. So this was before we got the second half of the property. They did this for us, and it had the front garden as doing like the keyhole type garden plots. But before we could kind of put that into play, we bought the second property next door, and so the garden plots ended up over there, and this ended up being more of a community garden. We did it in a circle, like pie-shaped fashion. So that's basically most of Kailash Ecovillage. I hope I showed you most of what you wanted to see today.
Yes, I cannot thank you enough. I think this is fascinating, and I think that you guys have some seriously cool ideologies that can be spread all over the country, and hopefully we'll start to see more of these types of communities being built and sustained and making a difference on our world. So the last thing I'm going to ask all my guests is if you can kind of talk to everybody about your best piece of advice for people who want to be more sustainable.
Ooh, that's a very big question. There are a lot of charts that were made on that. I'm gonna say the biggest part is to communicate with your neighbors and to share information openly. So many things are being invented, so many methods where people want to write a book and make a movie and keep it as their property so that they can make money off of it. But we're going to progress a whole lot quicker if we just make all of that information open for sharing with other people. So sharing and communication.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the hope with this vlog too, that we can help share the things that you're doing and share what others are doing and keep, you know, getting better and better together. So
Yeah.
I love what you guys have set up here. I think these can be mirrored in so many places. I'm going to consider saving my poop and thinking about how I can do things that I've never thought about before. And
Cool.
so I totally appreciate everything that you guys are doing here, and like I cannot thank you enough for doing what you can and making the differences that you guys are making. So
Good.
Thank
Well,
you.
I look forward to seeing the videos that you have coming up.
yay! What'd you say? It's great or it's green? Is that what you said? Did
No, I
miss
said great.
It's great?
But that's kind of sort of, everyone says great. But it is. Kailash is great. I mean, you know, this is what we've always been dreaming of. I think. So
that? And you made it a reality.
it is, and it is just, I think I'm just telling people that no matter how big your dream is, it could become a reality. And if you include people in it, you know, your reality becomes bigger, because it's just not between the two of us, but now it's, you know, the whole community. We're so happy about it.
Good.
Kailash is a happy experiment.
A happy experiment.
It's a happy experiment.
I love that. That's the best one we've heard all day, I think. Happy experiment.
It is a huge experiment in community and how we could, you know, make this, you know, fun for everyone. And so 10 years after, here we are in this lush environment. It's like,
Yeah.
could come out here and pick roses anytime I like.
Great.
Yeah, so yeah, well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for letting us come in here.
Oh, you welcome everyone, so that it's easier to spread the word.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully I can get you some views. We'll see. Maybe as time goes on, we'll get more views, but
Oh, you will. People
I
are
think-
always, I think, interested in something
bigger. Like, it's bigger than yourself, you know what I mean? Like, I live by myself. I do everything by myself. Like you said, in an apartment complex, you don't, like, have that community. And, like, this is so much, like, collaboration and, like, unity that I think when people see that stuff, it's inspiring. It's like, wow, that's totally possible. Like you said, your dreams can become reality.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so it just takes, you know, the components of success. Like, you persevere. There's always hiccups, bumps, stuff like that.
yeah.
But when you have your sight on your goal, I mean, all those things is just like stepping stones. That's what keeps us going. Like, the going sometimes is hard, but it is what it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not easy. Especially when you're working with people. You know, people are, I think, the most challenging feature of any project, because you gotta keep everyone on the same, pretty much on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is a learning process. Right here.
That's perfect. And it's got the rose.
We're being married or something.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Looks like you did a filming session.
Yes. I am obsessed with this concept. I love the collaboration. It seems like the whole community is just like unified by this and like by all of your similar goals and lifestyles, and I just think it's super inspiring. And he's the artist of the whole film, and she can mentor him, and I'm just here to
There,
ask
the collaboration.
questions.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing your product, final product.
Yay!
Great.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. Thank you. Pandora, I cannot thank you enough. This was so wonderful. I literally leave here and I'm like, everything's possible. We can be greener. Like, everyone can do this. This is so, like, realistic. And
That's why I do this. I want people to feel inspired.
yeah.
So good. Yay. Can I give you a hug? Are
Yes.
you a huggy person?
Oh my God, Caleb, am I not, like, the most?
Thank you so much for visiting, and thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for like caring enough to even make these kind of videos.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the point is, like, I feel like I don't know anything about how to do it. So, like, I got to connect with those people who do and are doing a good job of it so that I can make better choices for myself and figure out how to, like, incorporate concepts and, like, even just, like, today, I mean, this sounds so stupid, but, like, the waste, like urine and like poop, and you never think about what you're doing. That's going to clean water. It's being flushed down, you know, like I just like don't think about that. So I think now when I'm doing certain things, it'll be like, what am I doing? That's like, this just doesn't add up, or like, why am I doing this thing? Or why am I not even thinking about how I'm, you know, like getting rid of this stuff, or like the way in which I'm doing it. And I don't know, it just like opens your eyes to think more about like every little component of your day and sort of dissect yourself and why you do things and why society has you do things. And
Yeah,
you know?
you kind of get programmed to doing things a certain way. Some of these things I wouldn't have ever thought of, but when you get together with all these other people and they show you how to do these different things,
yeah.
and then going out and like filming different projects, you know, that's how I learn a lot of things. I like to film conferences and things
Yeah.
like that, you know, and you're going to be going to all these different businesses and learning what they do.
Yeah.
So that
I'm excited.
that's how I learn all my stuff.
Yeah.
Really is by going and participating and observing and now documenting.
Yeah. Well, you've inspired many, and hopefully it will inspire many more, and that I can be a small piece in that to help get the word out about what you're doing, and I can learn from some of the things you've done as you send me your projects and things you've worked on, and it'll give me that, that'd be a good idea, or I could look into this, or never thought about that, I wonder what else people are doing, like, so.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Thanks for visiting.
Well, I know we've got to be off.
So that was my visit with Jeni today, and after talking with her, I am even more excited to see what she's going to do with her YouTube channel, what she's going to learn from all these sustainable businesses, and I will certainly be following her channel. I'll link to it below here on the YouTube channel for you, so you can follow her when she puts up this video and her other videos. And that's it for now.